Woodpeckers, welcome back. Welcome back to Wood and Whiskey Wednesday. I'm Steven. This is the shop. Format's going to be a little different. So this episode marks the 40th. 40 episodes that we've been putting out week after week, other than we took that 1 week off for my son's graduation, and I took 2 weeks off right before or right after Christmas time frame. Almost took this week off too. I made some great things. Super excited the way they came out. March is just a weird month. Speaking of weird, here goes the format. Wood and Whiskey Wednesday. Got the whiskey. We're going to chase it with some beer. So as always, first one's to you. That's so good. So I will edit in, what I've made over the week. But I kind of just want to go back and reflect, not on woodworking, but on what's been going on in my life, and what has gone on in my life. But how cool is that? I was super excited to make that. So this past week, I was asked to be the guest of honor at a corpus course graduation. If any of you know me, I'll jump at the opportunity. But I had made she was called a quip. We talk about the 15 leadership traits. It used to be 14 in my Marine Corps, but then they incorporated empathy. So JJ did type buckle E. It's weird. It is whatever. That last E is empathy. And last week as well, I was talking to an active duty Chief Warrant Officer. We were talking about the empathy. I was like, I don't think I can always put myself in the shoes of another, Marine service member, whichever you want to put it. So you can't have empathy with everything. I'm telling you right now, I empathize with service members. I, like many of you, are watching this news spill out, and I had a great, show I want to put together, and then I saw another 4 people, 4 service members are gone. It got me in the feelings. 23 years ago, we were sitting in the same dirt. Invaded the country as young 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, not knowing, couldn't even drink, not knowing what we're there for. So I can empathize. Much like the service members that have unfortunately died, and even, populations, and not to be political at all, just one vet to another. I can empathize with them. The scared of not knowing, what am I doing here? All those things. Even old retired us can put ourselves in those shoes. We'll bring it around, woodworking. I put yourself in anybody's shoes, making things. But it's rough. The month of March, for the last 20 some odd years, always gets you into a different mindset. My boss asked me this morning, he goes, you all right? Like, yeah, I'm feeling, under the weather. I've been, sick since last week. And I hardly ever get really sick. I want to say some of this has played into it. I'm congested, and I cut the grass, and that might have had something to do with it. We're working on day 4 right now. Not sure if that's it. So I can definitely empathize with what's going on. And I'm glued to it like everybody else. And I'm watching this one. He's pretty even keel. News commentator, I guess I'll call him. He's got 37,000 people watching him right now, including me. Just don't know what's going on. I hate that feeling. And I have the internet at my fingertips at all times, much like everybody else. 23 years ago was insane. We had snail mail. That's how we figured stuff out. It's that portion of it I can't empathize with. We didn't know what was going on, and that was a lot of it was by design. A lot of it was probably, we're just young and just don't care. Rigor said go, we went. No idea what was going on. But it's going to be so different now. These young service members, they have everything at the tip of their finger. They can see what's going on. They can form their own opinions on things and why things are happening. I don't know if I could do it again. When we did it, we just didn't know any better. Hell, September 11th was training day 1 for boot camp for me. We didn't find out until 3-4 weeks later when we started getting letters in the mail. I hope I edit all this stuff in here so you don't see my sad stat story, but you do see me making a fucking amazing flag. And I dink these up on purpose, give it that rustic look, and you can even, I hit that one a little too hard and it actually broke in half. Character building. That's what we're gonna call it. I did it on purpose. But a little bit of wood, $6 on a little opener. I think I'm gonna make more of those. If you've got an idea of what you want on it, this one says take your top off with a nice woodpecker on it. Thanks, ChatGPT. If you got an idea, let me know. We'll put it up. I'll 20-ish bucks, $25, probably sell those for. I'll make a couple more, put them up on the website. And the flag already on the website. I don't make, many that are rustic like this. I wasn't even going to make a flag at all this week until I started, watching some news. Let's say 9, 10 minutes have gone by. Just talking. 40 was supposed to be so good. I don't know how I'm gonna take my eyes off the freaking screen. And if you're watching this week, thank you, because there's far better and more important things to watch. Really are. So I appreciate you, especially if you made it this far in the video. But I think after my sad story, although I really had a great time, giving a speech to a bunch of corporals that are going through PME. Should have videotaped it, because I definitely went off script. I can never stick to one. Woodpeckers, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna be engrossed in this. I got a couple of projects I gotta get working on. But we were saw, we will stand. I'm not gonna repeat, but I will not even sip this one. This one's to you, to everyone holding the line. Thank you. Bye.